Hello, Cleveland, and everyone from everywhere else. Welcome to your 10-minute weekly candle close TA. Let's dive right into it. So we're looking at the weekly candle here. You'll see that it did close red. However, it is a spin top candle. A spin top candle is a likely reversal pattern, so possibly we're going to see some green this week. Along with, the bull flag that we're looking at here on the weekly, still in play. And, those two bullish signs. Bearish sign here would be... Oh, where's my drawing? There she is. Brush. Would be this double top pattern that's forming. 1 and 2. Now, if that double top pattern plays out, that usually plays out down to the bottom, back to where it started, down here near the, down there. But we won't talk about that yet. Not yet, because 94K still hasn't been broken. And so, we are still putting in a higher low here on these higher time frames, the daily and the 6 hour here. But looking at the 90-minute chart, we'll see that the double bottom from yesterday did not play out like we were hoping that it would. So we'll just delete that double bottom there. Delete you. Delete. And we'll delete you. Delete. We'll move this fib retracement over a little bit more. And we can see that this resistance, this downward trending resistance, actually has now become support, and we're buttoned up to it right now, so we'll turn that green. Hopefully that support can hold and bring us up to our next downward trending resistance, which would be right around here. Right around here at 98.5-ish. So yeah, let's get over that one. Let's get moving, bully bulls, get up there. Of course, that's just me being optimistic, smoking that hopium. I really do want to see the bulls take off, but I have to be, realistic about what I'm seeing on the charts. So on the chart, we are still in this bear flag here. We got to adjust it a little bit now. Let's adjust the bottom trend line of the bear flag. Fell out of there. And just the top one there, and adjust the measured move, bringing it to roughly 84K. Yeah, that'd be quite the move down now, wouldn't it? Scare a lot of people out, and a lot of people would probably dip out on the market at that point. At that point, we also got to start talking, hey, is this the end of the bull run? Like I just showed you here, we are seeing a double top on the weekly. That could bring us all the way down. Even if it did bring us all the way down here to like the 50, well, we did see that last bull run. We did see a drop down to the 50 on the weekly, and then another move up. But that doesn't mean that that's going to happen. We didn't see that any other. Whoops. Let me undo that. We haven't seen that on any other bull run ever. Double top like that. So not very likely. And if we do come down, then more likely we'll be heading down to the bottom of the bear market, which is usually near the 200 moving average, the weekly 200 moving average. So yeah, if you look at it here in 2019 bear market, right on the 200 there. Same thing with the COVID crash. Same thing with back here in 2015, right on the 200. So yeah, that 200 weekly moving average, that's kind of the marks of the bottom for us. So where's the bear market going to take us this time around? Roughly 40K, 45K right now. But that'll move up a little bit by the time the bear market actually comes and we're in it and whatnot. So we're probably going to be looking at a 60K bottom next time around. But hey, that's just projection, and who's to say any of that's going to happen? But let's jump back over to the to the daily here, you'll see the daily stochastics are at 0, 0, and they have been at 0. The stoch itself has been at 0 for a few days now, which is a pretty downside. It's a downside because, like, hey, that means that it's stuck down there. It wants to stay down there. You also see the curling of the RSI here to the pointing downwards. That also tells us a little bit more downsides coming. How much more downside? Well, maybe just to that 294. You know, maybe we'll touch that 94 and bounce off of it, put in that higher low like we talked about, and yeah. But if that 94K level dips, well, then we can expect to drive all the way down to that 84, 85K level with the stops, you know, at our supports, 89.8, 85, those stops there along the way for quick bounces or possibly reversals. We don't know. That's the thing about this game. It's a probabilistic game. You have to think about what you see happening, think about the probabilities of what's going to happen, and then set yourself up in a way that you can win. I'm doing that by taking profits. I was making my purchases back here in 2022, 2023. So now I'm in profits. So if I'm taking profits here, I'm happy. Even if it comes down to like 76, I'm still going to be in profits. And yeah, I won't be making as much, but I'll still be taking profits out at that point. Yeah. The 6 hour chart here, we are seeing the same thing as on the daily here. We're seeing some turn down on the stochastics, as well as on the RSI. Possibly further bearishness. The Stokes here on the 90-minute chart are pointing upward, but we are still seeing them in bearish territory. It could stop and reverse or continue all the way up and reverse before price action or RSI makes any kind of upward movement. We are sitting at the 618, the Fibonacci retracement, which is a likely reversal zone. And we are seeing the downward sloping support on this bull flag leveling out a little bit too, which is a good sign that, hey, the bears don't have quite as much strength to drive it down as far. So we are seeing some inklings that the bulls could take it back up from here. But there's also signs that downside could be coming. Be careful out there. You know, don't overexpose yourself to the market. Never invest anything more than you're willing to lose. But yeah, you know, keep an eye out on that 94K level. That's basically what we need to hold. If 94K breaks, then, well, if 94K breaks, not quite, like breaks as in flips to resistance, like it actually gets down there, flips it to resistance on the daily. And then we also see some candlesticks coming under our lows of 91.5. Well, then we're really talking about a trend reversal to the downside being more and more and more likely as we move along. However, we could see a reversal. Anything could happen here, you know? So, yeah, I can't tell you where it's going to go. I mean, today or tomorrow, it's going to be false move Monday. They'll probably drop it down, honestly, to 94 and then bounce it back up out of there. Right now, everyone's waiting for the next leg up. And so if there's lots of longs, like lots and lots of longs going on, then, you know, they're going to try to drop down the price to get all those longs. The market makers will. And if there's tons of shorts going on, then they're going to drive it up. But they don't want to drive it up too far or too low to pay out those people. So, like, yeah, it's just a game of market makers and whales right now. So if you're in it, just hold tight. If you're holding Bitcoin, don't ever sell. I don't ever sell Bitcoin. I sell my altcoins. I have been selling my altcoins since December. I'm about 40% divested from them. So I'm in profit. I have money on the sideline, and I'm in a good place. I will continue taking 1%, maybe 2% off the table for the next few weeks. We'll see where February goes, and I'll probably do another 10% at some point in February too. The next, like, move up. Like the next rally we see, however high up it goes, whether it goes up to 102, 104, 108 or higher, well, at that point, I'm going to take another 10% off of my portfolio. And that's how I take profit. That's how I'm making money this time around, is I'm taking profits as I go. If you got in at the top and you're down now, well, you got three options. You can either hold it until next time, but there's no guarantee. If it's an alt, there's no guarantee that it'll come back. Bitcoin, it'll come back, but if it's an alt, there's no guarantee that it'll come back. I mean, Ethereum most likely will, Sol most likely will, but if you take a look back at the top 10 cryptos from 2016, 2013, you'll notice that most of those crypto coins that were in the top 10 then aren't in the top 10 anymore. They never recovered from that next bear market. So if you're in alts and you're down, I'd consider selling it, honestly, if you think the market's going lower. If you think the market's going to come back up, hold it, obviously. Or your option is, if it's like a real good one like Sol or ETH or something like that, just hold it. Hold it, dollar cost average through the bear market. Don't start now. Wait until the bear market. Wait like a year. And when we're seeing those 40K, maybe 50K, maybe 60K prices, that's when you're dollar cost averaging in. And then you're waiting for that next run up when we do reach, 200, maybe, for Bitcoin, that is. And, alts would follow along. Anyway, not financial advice. Do your own research. Maybe get a financial advisor. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do with your own money. Anyway, thank you for watching. Music courteously provided by Veloa, Luminist, and Sax Squatch. You guys are awesome. Much love. See you later.